What's going on, people? I'm gonna be giving you my UFC Fight Nights Taira versus Perez predictions. So let's get right into it. Julia Polastri versus Josephine Knudsen. I'm gonna go with Josephine Knudsen. She's 7-0. This is going against my philosophy of, you know, not picking the undefeated women's prospects, but I'm just gonna go with it, man. Sometimes you get a feeling. I didn't watch tape for this fight, so I'm just gonna go with her. Looks like a lot of people are picking her, so she's got to be good, right? She's not gonna lose, right? Bernie, come on, dude. What are you doing? But we'll move on to the next one. Shaylin Nerdian versus Melkazel Costa. This is a pretty good fight. I'm actually excited for this one. I'm gonna be picking Costa by KO in round. I have here round one. I might go round two. Um, I just feel like he's a lot more dangerous than Nerdy and Beke, and it is a pretty close fight. So I'm gonna go with the guy who's more dangerous. I think he has more finishing potential. I think Nerdy and Beke is a better grappler. He might be able to out grapple him, but Costa's pretty good. I think he's gonna be able to find the KO in round one or two. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Sometimes when you're looking at a matchup, you can do, all the tape study you want. You can, look at all the techniques they throw and try and overanalyze it. But sometimes it's good to just look at who has more finishing potential. Um, One guy is gonna be, more cautious than the other guy. So I think Melchizel Costa is gonna be able to win this one. Um, just more powerful and more dangerous. But what do I know? We'll move on to the next one. Jekka Saragi versus Weston Wilson. I'm gonna go with Saragi by KO in round one. This is a no-brainer. I don't know why Weston Wilson is in the UFC. Um, I'm pretty sure he's from South Carolina, which is where I'm from, so I want him to win. I just don't think he's gonna win. He's not that great. Just because you train with Wonder Boy doesn't mean you're a UFC level fighter. And we haven't seen anything good from him in his time in the UFC. He's gotten the fuck beaten out of him, like badly, in both of his fights. To be fair, it is against Joe Anderson Brito and Gene Silva, but I just think Jekka Saragi is a fucking wild man. He's got a lot of power in his hands. Um, Lucas Alexander's a pretty good win, and Weston Wilson has no impressive wins. I mean, look at this, 9-20. You're gonna look me in my face and tell me that Weston Wilson is good because he has a win over somebody that's 9-20. Also, guys, this is my cat. Since he wants to make his appearance known so much, that's him. If you see that little nub in the camera, like right here, that's him. We found him in my mom's car when he was a baby, and he had half a tail. So that's what that is. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Jekka Saragi by KO in round one. Um, Carly Judas versus Gabriela Fernandez. I'm gonna go with Gabriela Fernandez. She's Brazilian. She's a Brazilian woman. So when we're looking at women's fighters, right? So we have men up here, and then we have Brazilian women down here, and then we have women. So women, Brazilian women, and then men. That's how it goes. Um, Gabriela Fernandez, she fits into the Brazilian women category. A lot of them are built different, so I'm gonna go with her. I think she is gonna win. But on to the next one, Nate Maness versus Jimmy Flick. Now this is a pretty good fight too. I'm tempted to pick Jimmy Flick, but I'm gonna go with Nate Maness. I think he's, like I said earlier, he's just a lot more dangerous. I know Jimmy Flick has good submissions, but he got hurt pretty bad against Malcolm Gordon, I think it was. Yeah, Malcolm Gordon. He got hurt pretty bad in the first round in that fight, and he clutched a submission, which was impressive. But I think Nate Maness, he's gonna be a little bigger. He's Lost to Umar and to Gear, which those are not bad losses. I think both of those guys are, a couple levels above Jimmy Flick, especially Umar. Nate Maness is pretty dangerous. I think he is going to get the better of this matchup. I think he'll find a finish in round one. Um, on to Adam Fuckett versus Josh Quinlan. This is a good fight too. I'm excited for this one. This card sucks sucks ass, but at the same time it doesn't, because I think there will be a good amount of finishes. Um, Josh Quinlan, he did lose to Danny Barlow. Don't get me wrong, he got the fuck beaten out of him. But Adam Fugit is no Danny Barlow, and that Danny Barlow fight for Josh Quinlan was kind of impressive to me because of how badly he got the shit beat out of him, and he didn't quit. Like he was going forward. I mean, he didn't win, but he is, he's explosive, he's strong. I don't think Adam Fugit is gonna be able to out-grapple him. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Josh Quinlan is just so much more dangerous on the feet than Adam Fugit that he's just gonna be having his way the whole time. Um, and I think he's gonna find a KO late in round one. Just some like big explosive punch is just gonna chin Adam Fugit, maybe a right hand, maybe left hook. I don't know, but I think Josh Quinlan is a very dangerous striker, and I think he is going to win this matchup. Also, he did pop for roids. He did pop for roids, so I don't know. And they're still letting him fight, so maybe he's on that good stuff. I don't know. I'm not here to accuse anybody, but Josh Quinlan, I think he is going to get the better of this matchup. He's very dangerous. Asu Almabayev and Jose Johnson. I'm gonna go with Almabayev on this one. Let's see these odds. Yeah, these odds are kind of crazy because Jose Johnson, at the end of the day, is a 6 foot tall flyweight, but um, I think Almabayev is gonna be able to out grapple him pretty comfortably. I mean, Jose Johnson is not that bad on the ground. He's got some pretty slick submissions, but I don't think he's gonna knock Almabayev out. I don't think he's gonna submit him. So I think Almabayev is just gonna win with control time, just from not letting Jose Johnson do anything of his own. So I'm gonna go with Asu Almabayev in this one. I'm not gonna be surprised if Jose Johnson wins, but I just haven't seen anything that special from him. This is a good win from Chad or on Chad Anneliger. Chad Anneliger's pretty good, but that doesn't make me think he's gonna be able to beat Asu Almabayev. Um, Garrett Armfield versus Brady Highstand. I'm gonna go with Garrett Armfield. Um, I think he's just kind of better overall. Brady Highstand, he's pretty good, but I think Garrett Armfield. Well, I don't know, cause he did. I mean, I'm gonna go with Armfield by decision. I don't have a great reason. I just think he's better overall as a fighter. So I'm gonna go with him. I think he's gonna get the better of the striking exchanges. I don't know. I don't think Brady Highstand is gonna be able to keep him on the ground or submit him. So I think Garrett Armfield is gonna win this one. But we'll move on to Lucas Almeida versus Timmy Kawamba. I'm gonna go with Timmy Kawamba because that fight against Bolaji Oke or Bolaji Oki. That was a pretty impressive fight. He took it on short notice, and it was a split decision. I don't think he won, but it is pretty impressive having a close fight with Bolaji Oki like that on short notice. He looked good in that fight. Lucas Almeida, you getting knocked out by Andre Fili. Let's just pull up Andre Fili's record just for a second. Let's pull it up. Let's see, when is the last time he got a KO before he knocked out Lucas Almeida. So he got Lucas Almeida right here. 2019. So it's been a while. And Andre Fili doesn't really, he's not a guy who gets that many knockouts. So I don't think Lucas Almeida is great. I think Timmy Kawamba is one step ahead of him everywhere. I think he's going to win a decision against him, 30-27. Um, yeah, let's move on to Miles Johns versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. Um, I was gonna go with Miles Johns, but then I rewatched this fight with fucking Cody Gibson. I'm not picking you to win a fight if you look like that against Cody Gibson. So I'm gonna go with Douglas Silva de Andrade, um, just 'cause he is an underdog, and I think he's better than Cody Gibson, and I just I'm not picking Miles Johns to win a fight. I don't think he's that great, especially for a bantamweight. The way he throws punches is kind of sloppy. He doesn't have a whole lot of striking techniques that he really throws. He's a pretty good wrestler, but I think Douglas Silva de Andrade is going to be able to win a decision. I think he's going to be better than him overall. But let's move on to Alex Perez versus Tatsuro Taira. Now, as you see here, I have Perez by KO in round two. That is not what I'm picking. I've changed my mind. Um, I'm gonna go with Taira, and I think he's gonna get a submission in round two because his striking is not that great, but it it's good enough. He's got a good right hand. Everything he throws does look crisp. It's just like the main thing that was making me pick Perez was Taylor's fight with Edgar Chairez. But I think overall, um, that Taira is a better grappler than Muhammad Mokaev. I think he's gonna be able to get Perez down. I think he's gonna be able to get his back. I think he's gonna be able to get in dominant positions in the grappling. And he in like every time his fights hit the canvas, it is nothing but dominance. He is a fantastic grappler. So it's not like Perez has a weakness for being submitted. I mean, he got submitted by Pantoja for fuck's sake and Figueiredo, so it's not that bad. But I just think that Taira will be able to find a submission on him in round two. I think he's gonna be able to get to Perez's back and find a rear naked choke. So I'm gonna go with that. I could see him, you know, I could see him getting knocked out, but I also could see him rocking Perez with a good shot. He's got a really sneaky right hand. He just kind of lets it fly. Um, it's good. So, and I don't think Perez is gonna be getting much better at this point in his career, and I think Tyra is gonna be getting a whole lot better um, at everything at this point in his career, and I just think he's really good. So, I have a feeling he's gonna win. They just signed Kai Asakura, so it's like he's gotta win, right? Like they're gonna do a UFC Japan. He's gonna be in the co-main. It's all gonna work out perfectly, right? That's how it's gonna work. Nah, I don't know. I just think Taira is gonna be able to be effective with his grappling. Um, I don't think Perez is gonna be able to stuff all of the takedowns like he did with Makayev, because I think Taira has better wrestling, and once he gets to the ground, he's a bajillion times better than Mokaev is. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go with Taira by submission in round two, but I'm not gonna be surprised if he gets chinned because there have been some hairy moments in his striking. So that's why I was so tempted to pick Perez. I don't think he should be this much of a favorite. I honestly I think this should be a pick 'em, and 81% of people picking him is crazy. But yeah, I'm going with Taira. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your predictions in the comments. What do you think about the card as a whole? Um, you know, it's all right, but it is what it is. I'll talk to you guys later. Like and subscribe.